NavPredict do? In a nutshell, NavPredict turns a route, which is shown here with 4 waypoints, into a route with many intervals in between those waypoints. Quickly demonstrate. That is what comes out of it. So this is what goes into NavPredict, 4 waypoints, and this is what comes out of NavPredict, about 30 waypoints, configurable. So let's go through how this is done. We'll start at the start by starting the application. When we launch the application, we get a map window and we get our main NavPredict window. Make the map window a little bit bigger, and we start off with a route file. Now the route file we're going to import or open. I've got a route file prepared here that immediately displays in our map window. Have a look at it in satellite mode. So the route here consists of 4 waypoints. It tells us here that there's 4 waypoints in that route. We've got a starting point, we have got a turning point, another turning point, and another finish point. This would be an example of a nautical navigation challenge, for example. Now, let's have a quick look at what we can configure. So firstly, we can configure a start time. So the start time is the time when we expect to go across the starting mark. So if that is a competitive navigation event, that will be the start time that you want to cross here. We can configure the speed, and we can configure the time between the interval waypoints. So in this case, that is set to 60 seconds. We can also configure the route name. This is the name of the route that gets exported with the GPX file here. And we can select a number of pre-start waypoints. So this is the start mark. We are going to insert 4 waypoints before that mark, which allows one to approach that start mark at the right speed with everything already adjusted. So let's have a quick look. We can preview what that means. So we can see here the pre-start marks. There's 4 of them. Then these are our original start mark, and NavPredict has put some interval waypoints in along here. When we click on those waypoints are conveniently named in a time format. So if you notice, let's go to this one here first. If you notice 000, that's our selected start time up here, 000. That becomes the name of the waypoint. So the waypoint name is actually going to tell us at what time we expect to be at that waypoint. It makes it very easy when you load it into your GPS or into your chart plotter to actually track, because as it switches from waypoint to waypoint, you know exactly when you expect it to be at that waypoint. So if we pick this waypoint here, we expect it to be there at 002142. We expect it to be there at 002642. So conveniently, those waypoint names are being used to give you the correct timing. We have the option of selecting various waypoint symbols for our GPX file for the output, because different GPSs recognize different symbols, and these are not the symbols that are represented here. The symbols that are represented on this map, they are fixed. But what we output here, we have got the pre-start ones, which are these yellow dots. We've got the start, which is that one here. We've got the finish, which is the red one here. We've got the interval marks, so all the blue dots, they are interval marks. And we've got the turning mark, which is the original turning mark. So these are the symbol names that are being used for the export when it goes into your GPS. We have got an option here at the moment. We can set the symbol names for a Raymarine, or we can have custom symbol names. Custom symbol names you can enter here, or Raymarine are pre-programmed already. So that will give us the symbol names. When we go to save the file, we can then save that file, and we can use any of the names that we like here. Go to save. Yes, we're going to replace it, and here we go. So we've now got this file saved, ready to load into our GPS. And of course, if we change the start time here, let's say our start is going to be at 9:30, and we have another preview. We can then see that the name of that waypoint has changed to 9:30, and we know we're going to be at this waypoint at 9:55 and at this waypoint at 9:58. We can also very easily change the speed. So if we are going at, let's say we're going faster, we're going at 15 knots, and we have a look now. They're a lot further apart now, of course, so maybe we want to space them closer together, and let's have one every 20 seconds. And every 20 seconds, now we've got a lot more of the interval waypoints in there. And this is applicable not just for nautical navigation, it also works with land navigation, so it could be used for someone running a marathon. When you got your route programmed in, and you know you want to maintain an average speed. Every time you pass a waypoint, you can see whether you are ahead of your average speed or behind your average speed. It applies equally to travel in vehicles on land. You can set your time, and if you've got navigation events, it will allow you to keep track very closely, so that you can very closely stick to your expected time and assist you in your success. Now we have also got the option in our settings preferences to change those units, because if you are traveling by vehicle, you might be looking for a mile per hour, statute mile of course, per hour speed, and if you are looking to for something more metric, you've got kilometers an hour here available as well. So depending on what your application is, it should cater for many different scenarios. If you are interested in having different symbol names in here, you can send us a list. At the moment we've only got Raymarine and the custom list here. Now the custom list you can edit, so you can change and put your symbol name in there, which you can probably get off the GPS manufacturer. However, if you have got a complete symbol list for a particular GPS, please send it to us and we'll add it to that list, so it can just be selected in here as a benefit for everyone. And that is NavPredict, the application which predicts your time at various points in between your route waypoints. Thank you for watching.